Hey, what's up my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it with another video for you guys. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we have something different, and that is Naturia. So, Naturia is one of my favorite archetypes as well, and I realized that I haven't played it in such a long time, and I just wanted to show the deck some love. And in combination with Naturia, we also have the Vernusylph monsters and a couple other earth-based monsters, so we kind of have like an earth-based deck. And the way the deck works is that you use the Vernusylph monsters. They're going to discard themselves and another monster, and then depending which monster you discard, they're going to give you an additional effect. But the other effect that they all have is that they're able to special summon an earth monster from your graveyard. So starting with the duck, you can send this card to the graveyard and one more monster that you control. And then this card is going to allow you to add one earth fairy monster from your deck to your hand. So you're going to be able to add any of your Vernusylph monsters alongside with your Ishizu monsters as well. And then the Flourishing Hills, this card is going to allow you to send itself to the graveyard and another card, and then it's going to allow you to add a Vernusylph monster from your deck to your hand. So you're going to be able to search your Vernusylph monsters with this card. And then lastly, the bear, he's going to be able to pretty much Foolish Burial any earth monster. So a lot of times I like to send Fenrir to the graveyard, and then I can special summon the Fenrir with one of the other Vernusylph cards. So it's a good way to get Fenrir out onto the field. Another card that I like to send with this is the Mole Cricket, because the Mole Cricket can special summon itself from the graveyard. And then with the Naturia cards, your most important cards are going to be the Camellia, the Mole Cricket, and the Sunflower. You always want to protect these three cards. These are going to be your core cards. So essentially the Camellia, when it's normal summon, is going to send the Sacred Tree to the graveyard, and then the Sacred Tree is going to add you the Blessings, and then the Blessing is going to allow you to special summon any of your Naturia monsters. It also has another effect that you can synchro summon once the card is activated. So it's a really great card. And the good thing about the Sacred Tree, the Sacred Tree and the Blessing is that they're not once per turn, so you can really use these cards to your advantage. But yeah, so this is pretty much the deck. I'll go over every card at the end of the video. I just kind of want to give you guys an idea of what the deck is trying to do. And yeah, so without further ado, let's just jump into some replay so you guys can see the deck in action. And as always, we'll go over each card at the end of the video. So thank you all for sticking around, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, as it will help me out, and I will thank you all for all eternity. Alright, let's jump right into it. Alright my people, to start things off, we're gonna go up against the almighty super heavy samurai. Alright, so we're going to activate the Awakening Forest, send in the Mole Cricket to the graveyard, and we're going to send the Keldo to the graveyard, and then we're going to special summon the Awakening Forest. Then we're going to normal summon Camellia, activate Camellia, but our opponent has the Ciphering Gamma, so he's going to negate and destroy my Camellia. And unfortunately, that's all we wrote. But let's see, what can we do against Super Heavy Samurai with what we got going on. Alright, so the motorbike is going to get him his Wakaushi. Okay, the Wakaushi is going to activate, getting another Pendulum monster, special summon itself. Then he's going to search for the Soul Peacemaker. Then with the Soul Piercer, he's going to go into the Scarecrow. And then the Soul Piercer is going to allow him to get another Super Heavy Samurai card. Alright, but now because my opponent special summoned a monster from the extra deck, I can bring back my Mole Cricket. Okay, and then the Mole Cricket has a second effect that it can tribute itself. And then you can special summon 2 Naturia monsters from your deck, as long as your opponent has the highest attack and power monster. So right now the Wakaushi has 1000, so I'm able to special summon 2 Naturia monsters. If my monster has the highest attack and power, then I can only special summon 1 Naturia monster. So we special summon the Camellia and the Sunflower, and then the Camellia is going to activate. So the first effect of the Camellia is that I'm going to mill the Sacred Tree, and then the Sacred Tree is going to get me my Blessing. And then the second effect of the Camellia is that when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can special summon 1 Naturia monster from your graveyard. So here I have another Camellia in my graveyard, so I'm going to bring that Camellia back to the field. Alright, then we're going to mill the Sacred Tree, and then the Sacred Tree is going to get me my Blessing. And this is just like follow up for next turn. Alright, then he's going to continue with his shenanigans. Get himself another motorbike. Then the Soul Gaia is going to activate, but I'm going to negate it with the Sunflower. And then that's going to trigger Camellia's third effect, which is that if you would tribute a Naturia monster to activate an effect, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck instead. So this turns Sunflower into a 2 monster negate instead of 1. Okay, so we're going to send the top 2 cards from our deck. We're going to negate and destroy. And then I still have one more monster negate with my Sunflower. Alright, so now with these 2 monsters, he's going to go into the Borolo Savage Dragon. And then here I'm going to activate my Shuffler, because I don't want him to turn the Borolo Savage into an Omni Negate. And the way that he can turn into an Omni Negate is by sucking up the Link monster that he has in the graveyard. So I'm going to activate my Shuffler, and I'm going to get rid of the Soul Piecers, and I'm going to get rid of the Scarecrow in the graveyard to kind of prevent him from getting that Omni Negate on the Borolo Savage. Alright, and then he gets another Wakaushi. And then he's going to get the Scales, because this deck is super balanced, you know. And then now he's going to set the Wakaushi, and then he's going to be able to Pendulum Summon. But first he's going to go into the Masuraru. Perfectly balanced deck, perfectly balanced. Alright, then the Scale's going to activate. I'm going to negate that with the Sunflower. But the Murasawa, whatever the thing is called, he can prevent his super heavy samurai card from being destroyed by destroying one of his back rows. So he's going to pop his back row so that he can keep his card on the field. And then with these 2 monsters, he's going to go into the Exos Stardust Dragon. Okay, then he's going to bring back a level 2 tuner. And then with that, he's going to go into Bahroni the Floor. Like, my man is just popping off. Like, this deck is just perfectly balanced, bro. Alright, then he's going to attack in defense position, and that's all we wrote. Alright, so let's put an end to this fool. So we top deck Fenrir, which is amazing for us. So we're going to go into the battles phase to try to bait out pretty much his monsters. So we bait out the Bear on the floor. And then this card right here has an effect that whenever his opponent uses a spell or trap card, he can draw until he has 3 cards. So I'm going to activate my Blessings to trigger his Super Heavy Samurai monster as well, because I have Kurikawa in my hand. So if I can get both of his monsters to activate, then I can tribute both of those fools. Okay, so we bring back the Camellia. The Fenrir gets destroyed. Okay, then the Camellia is going to activate. Then his Super Heavy Samurai dude is going to activate, so he's going to draw until he has 3 cards. Okay, then we're going to mill the Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree is going to get me my Blessing again. Alright, then he's going to hit me with Draw and Lockbird. Then we're going to activate the Blessing. Okay, with the Blessing, I'm going to bring back my Mole Cricket. Alright, and now because he has the highest attacking monster, I'm going to activate my Mole Cricket so that I can special summon 2 Naturia monsters. So we special summon the Horn Needle and we special summon another Camellia. So now I can make a level 9 Trishula. So with the Mole Cricket, the Horn Needle, and the Camellia, I go into Trishula to kind of break his board. So Trishula is going to allow me to banish 1 card from the field, 1 card from the graveyard, and 1 random card from his hand. And we banish like everything that's needed. We banished his Big Benki, we banished the Wakaushi, and we banished the Motorbike. And then now with the Kurikawa, we're going to tribute away his monsters. And we just broke this guy's fucking field. And then with the Kurikawa, I'm going to be able to special summon the Bahroni the Floor. Now your monster is my monster. And that's right, you better run. Get that shit out of here, boy. You got beaten by Mother Nature, bro. Put some respect on Mother Nature. Alright, my people, for our next replay, we are going to go up against Skull Pride Punk Kashtira. Alright, so we're going to normal summon the Mole Cricket, activate the Mole Cricket, so that we can special summon one of our Naturia monsters from our deck. He's going to hit me with the Maxi. Okay, so we special summon our Camellia. Okay, then we're going to activate the Camellia. We're going to send the Sacred Tree to the graveyard. Sacred Tree is going to get us our Blessing. And since we're under Maxi, then I'm just going to set Forbidden Droplet and the Blessing and pass turn. Okay, then he's going to special summon the Fenrir, and because he special summoned the monster, that's going to allow me to bring back one of my Naturia monsters from the graveyard. So we bring back the Mole Cricket. That's going to trigger his Unicorn, so I'm going to activate Forbidden Droplet, sending the Muldora to the graveyard to put a negate on that Unicorn because I don't want him to banishing anything. Alright, then he's going to activate his Gold Pride, Better Luck next time. I'm going to activate the Mole Cricket. And then this time was kind of like a little bit of a misplay. I should have first activated the Mole Cricket and then Forbidden Droplet, so that I can special summon 2 Naturia monsters, because now his Unicorn is less attack than my Camellia. So that means I can only special summon 1 Naturia monster as opposed to being able to special summon 2. Okay, then he's going to get his Leon. Then he's going to activate the Turtle Top. I'm going to negate that. Alright, and we end up milling a Horn Needle, and we ended up milling our Keldo, so that's really good. And then I'm going to change the Maxi to that. Since we're playing Gold Pride, and his life points are lower than mine, so that means he's going to be able to special summon his Gold Pride monster. Okay, so he's going to get the Captain. The Captain is going to get him his Start Your Engines. Then he's going to special summon the Leon. And then with these two monsters, he's going to go into the Baron the Floor. Alright, and the Baron the Floor is going to activate, but before that, I am going to bring back my Mole Cricket. And he's going to try to kill my Camellia. I'm going to negate that with the Sunflower. And he's going to negate my Sunflower with his Baron the Floor, which is exactly what I want him to do, so that on my turn, I know that he cannot activate his Baron the Floor. Alright, so we get hit for 3,000 damage. And he's going to set 2 and pass. I'm going to activate Blessing, bring back my Camellia. Activate Camellia, send the Sacred Tree, get back another Blessing. Alright, so now I know one of his back rows is the Start Your Engines. Okay, so he's going to get rid of his Baron the Floor, so I'm going to activate the Maxi because he's going to special summon the Leon. And then I'm going to special summon a Naturia monster from my graveyard with the Blessing, so I bring back the Horn Needle. So the Horn Needle has an effect that he can tribute himself and one other Naturia monster, and then you can negate a special summon monster and destroy it. Okay, so with the Start Your Engine, he's going to special summon, so I'm going to be able to negate that. Okay, then he's going to hit me with the Drone Lockbird. I really don't care about Drone Lockbird anymore at this point. I already got my Blessing. Alright, so we get his Leon. He pops my Horn Needle. Okay, then we bring back the Sunflower. He's going to activate his second Start Your Engine. He's going to try to pop my Sunflower. Alright, so now we normal summon our Florency Hills. Then I'm going to activate my Forbidden Droplet, and I'm going to send the Stink Bug and the Florency Hills to negate his Roller Bowler and the Leon. And the reason why I negate these 2 monsters is because they have quick effects that allow them to go into their extra deck monsters. And if with these 2 monsters I go into a Baguska. So now I attack into the Captain, and now I go into a Zeus. Okay, and we activate the Zeus, and we're going to wipe away the field. Alright, and now it's a battle of who can top deck something good. Alright, and then we draw into our third Florency Hill, so we activate it. But unfortunately, our opponent has the Ash Blossom, so he's going to put a stop to my plays. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward this part a little bit, because now it's just a race for the top deck. So we smack him for 3,000 with our Zeus. Alright, and then he is bricking. He doesn't draw anything. And then I draw into an Ash Blossom, so we just smack him again for 3,000. Alright, then he sets 1 in defense. Then it's back to us, and we draw the Foolish Burial Goods. So I activate it so that we can mill the Sacred Tree. The Sacred Tree is going to get me my Blessing. And then with the Blessing, I'm going to be able to special summon one of my Naturia monsters from my graveyard, and then just continue popping off with that. And my opponent is just going to call it quits. Naturia, bro, this deck is a whole lot of fun, bro. I really recommend anybody who wants to try something new and different to give this deck a try. Alright, let's keep it moving. Alright, my people. In this replay, we're going to go up against Exosisters. Okay, so he's going to activate the packs, getting himself the Martha. He's going to activate the Martha. I'm going to hit him with the Ash Blossom. Alright, but he has the cross out designator, so he's going to be able to negate my Ash Blossom. So now he can pop off. Okay, so he's going to special summon the Martha, get himself the Ellis. Then he's going to go into the Kashtira. Alright. Then with the Kashtira, he's going to be able to get himself another Exosister, so he gets the Stella. Okay, then the Stella is onto the field. He's going to get him the Sophia. Then the Sophia is going to allow him to draw one card. And now with these two monsters, he's going to go into the Michaelis. Alright, he's going to detach one material so that he can get his Returnia. Alright, and then now with the Michaelis and the Kashtira, he's going to be able to go into the Magnifica. Alright, then he's going to set 3 and pass. Alright, so we're going to activate the Medora to send the Keldo to the graveyard so that we can get our Gravekeeper's Trap onto the field. And this was kind of like a bait. So he took the bait, he ends up banishing the trap card. So now I normal summon Camellia. Camellia is going to mill the Sacred Tree, but before that he's going to go into the Michaelis. Okay, so we get our blessing. Then the Michaelis is going to activate. He's going to banish the Sacred Tree. I don't know, I'm thinking he's going to be able to negate that, but it still doesn't get negated, so I can actually get a Mole Cricket. So now I activate the blessing. He's going to activate the Returnia. Okay, and then the Returnia, let's see, I forgot what it's doing. You pay, then target one card your opponent controls or in the graveyard, banish it, and you can apply one of the following effects. So that's what it is. I activate my Medora so that he doesn't banish any of my cards, so that he cannot go into an XZ monster. Alright, so now he cannot banish anything from my graveyard, so now he cannot XZ into anything, so I special summon the Mole Cricket. Okay, he's going to hit me with the Infinite Permanent, so now I activate the Blessings, and with the Blessings I'm going to Synchro Summon into the Naturia Beast, allowing me to dodge the Infinite Permanent, and also the Mole Cricket a special effect can kick off, so now I can special summon 2 monsters from my deck, so I get the Camellia and the Sunflower. And then since I special summon a Naturia monster from my extra deck, the Mole Cricket comes back to the field. And then with these 2 monsters, I'm going to go into the YUGIOH Guardian. So now with the YUGIOH Guardian, I can attack over the Michaelis. And then whenever the YUGIOH Guardian destroys a monster, I can special summon it onto my field, so I can steal his Michaelis. And then we smack him with the Naturia Beast, but he has evenly matched, so I have to banish everything but my Beast. And now is another race to see who can top deck something useful. Alright, so I get a Maxi. So now I can attack over the Sophia. I'm not sure why he summoned that into attack position. Maybe he thought, maybe he was trying to play mind games with me or something, because he set a back row. Alright, and then we draw a second Maxi. So because we have 2 Maxis, so now on our opponent's standby phase, I'm just going to activate a Maxi just in case if he ends up being able to special summon anything. Alright, but he just sets another monster in defense position. Okay, and now we draw into our Vernusylph, so now I activate the Vernusylph, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, he actually has the Call by the Grave, but unfortunate for him, actually, I can negate the Call by the Grave with the Naturia Beast. And then look at this shit, man. I ended up milling the Fenrir with the Naturia Beast effect. So now that means that with the Vernusylph Flourishing Hills, I can now special summon an Earth monster from my graveyard. So that means I'm now going to be able to special summon the Fenrir that I just ended up milling off of the Naturia Beast. Alright, so we get to special summon Fenrir. So now we can attack his Ghost Ogre. And then now we can attack him from game. And that is why you want to run nothing but Earth monsters in this deck. So another card that you can run is like the barrier statue that, you know, prevents people from like special summoning unless only earth monsters, but I don't really like running floodgate, so that's why I don't run it. But yep, let's keep it moving. People, in this replay, we're gonna go up against Phantom Knight, Burning Abyss, Kali Yuga kind of thing. So he's gonna special summon his Phantom Knight. We're gonna hit him with the Ash Blossom. Alright, then he's going to banish his Phantom Knight so that he can mill the Ancient Cloak. And the Ancient Cloak is going to banish itself, getting himself Silent Boots. Okay, then the Silent Boots is going to special summon itself, and then I'm going to hit him with the Maxi. Okay, then he's going to go into the MX Saber Invoker. And then here, our opponent, he's going to be a mad lad. He said, I don't care about your Maxi, so he's going to take the Maxi challenge. So I'm just going to fast forward this because he's just going to be doing a whole lot of special summoning. And actually, why not take this time and say a little funny story about changing diapers. So there was one time I was changing my son's diaper, right? And my dumbass forgot to cover his little pee-pee with like a towel or something. So I'm playing with my son like, yeah, who's the little beautiful boy? Who's the little beautiful boy, you know? And then next thing I know, I just see his tiny pee-pee just stand straight up and stares me right into the face. And before I can react, before I can do anything, my face, my chin, my chest, everything is just covered with pee-pee urine. So fun times being a dad. So anybody out there, if you're having a baby on the way and it's a boy, make sure that when you're changing their diapers, you cover their little pee-pee holes so that you don't get showered. Alright, so now we special summon our Fenrir. He's going to activate his Phantom Knight rank up. So now he's going to be able to make a Kali Yuga. Okay, and then the Kali Yuga is going to negate everything on the field. Alright, so here we're just going to special summon. I'm just trying to get as many monsters on the field so that I can go into the Underworld Goddess, so that way I can get rid of the Kali Yuga. So now I smack his Phantom Knight, and then we said 1, 2, 3, 4 and pass. Alright, and then he's going to activate the Mekanko, so he's also playing Mekanko in the midst of everything else. So I'm going to activate my Shuffler to shuffle back all of his Mekanko spell equip cards. And then, I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's actually my son in the background. Alright, then he's going to activate his Phantom Knight Scales. I'm going to call by the grave to negate it. Okay, then he's going to crash his Mekanko into my Underworld Goddess. Okay, so now we activate our Flourishing Hills. He's going to activate the Mekanko. I'm going to once again activate my Keldo to shuffle back all of the equipped spells from his graveyard. Alright, so we get the duck, and we're going to special summon our Fenrir. Normal summon Camellia. Camellia is going to mill, and we're going to go into our whole ordeal. So I just thought that was a funny duel. How you can kind of, and the reason why I play Underworld God is because the deck can struggle against like a tower, like an Arrival or something like that. So that's why I threw in the Underworld Goddess in the extra deck to kind of deal with any problematic monsters like that. But let's keep it moving. Alright, my people, for our next replay, we are going to go up against Labrynth. Alright. Okay, so he's going to activate the field spell, and then he's going to set 2 and pass. Alright, so we're going to activate the Modora. So the Modora has the effect that I can send the fairy monster to the graveyard, and then I can get one of my Gravekeeper's trap card on the field. That's going to activate the Welcome Labrynth, so I'm going to activate my Maxi. But he's got the Ash Blossom. Alright, so he gets his Ariana. Ariana is going to activate. Alright, and then with the Gravekeeper's Trap, I can discard 1 card, and then I can add an Earth Fairy monster from my deck to my hand. So I discard the Exchange of the Spirit, which is going to help me lock his graveyard. So we get the duck. He's gonna get his Lady Labrynth. Now we normal summon Camellia. He's gonna activate his lady. Okay, so with the Camellia, we're going to mill the Sacred Tree. You already know, Sacred Tree is gonna get the blessing. Then we're gonna activate the Foolish Burial. I'm gonna send another Sacred Tree to get myself another blessing. Oh, I'm sorry, this time I get the Mole Cricket. Okay, then we activate the blessing so we can special summon the Mole Cricket. Activate the Mole Cricket so we can special summon 2 of our Naturia monsters. And then with the Camellia and the Sunflower, we're gonna go into our Barkion. And this card alone right here just collapsed Labrynth. So now he cannot activate any trap cards. And then since I special summon a Naturia monster, I can bring back the Mole Cricket. And then now I go into the Garrus. So now the Garrus has 3 effects. One of them is that you can detach 2 material, draw 2 cards, or you can special summon a monster from your graveyard, or you can give 1 monster double attack. So I go for the double attack, so I make the Barkion 5000 so I can get rid of his Lady Labrynth. Because if I don't get rid of that, then on his turn he can just smack my Barkion. Alright, now we can see what he draw into. So he's got a Stovey. Okay, he's gonna activate the Stoveys, getting rid of the lovely Labrynth. I'm gonna activate my Mole Cricket so I can special summon the Camellia. And he's gonna activate a big Welcome Labrynth. Okay, then we're gonna send the Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree is gonna get us our blessing for follow-up. Okay, then he's going to crash into my Camellia. But he is screwed right now. He cannot activate any trap cards. Okay, so we activate the Flourishing Hills. He's gonna activate Infinite Permanence. I'm gonna negate the Infinite Permanence with the Barkion by banishing 2 cards from my graveyard. Alright, and then that's all he wrote. He's gonna call it quits. Now, one thing I want to mention that I forgot to mention with the Vernusylph cards, the other downside that you have to be careful is that when you activate these cards, you are going to be locked into only being able to use earth monsters like special effects. So that means that if you activate a Vernusylph monster, and then say for example you make like a Trishula or something that's not earth, they cannot activate their effects. So you have to keep that in mind when you're playing this deck, that the Vernusylph monsters can lock you into earth monsters only that can activate their special effects. Alright, but let's keep it moving. In our next replay, we are going to go up against like a Bestial Mannadium deck kind of thing. I don't even know. Okay, so we're going to go second. He's going to get the Lubellion. Lubellion is going to search for the Magnum Hut. And I guess he didn't have the best opening hand, so he just set 1 and passed. Alright, so now we normal summon Camellia. Okay, he's going to hit me with the Effect Bailer. Alright, so the Camellia gets negated. Alright, then activate Triple Tax's Talent. I'm going to draw 2 cards. See if I can draw into anything, but unfortunately we draw into another Triple Tax's Talent. He's going to hit me with the Maxi, but I got the Ash Blossom, so we're going to negate that. Okay, and then with the Blessing, I'm going to be able to special summon the Camellia. And then his back row was the Call by the Grave, so he's going to negate my Ash Blossom so that his Maxi can go through. Alright, so we special summon the Camellia from our hand. And then we're just going to smack him. He's going to activate the Magnum Hut. Alright, and then now I'm just going to set Blessing, and I'm going to set Sacred Tree. And again, because we're on the Maxi, I don't want to give him any cards, so I'm just going to pass turn now. Alright, so now he's going to activate the Lubellion once again. I'm going to activate the Sacred Tree, getting rid of my Camellia. And since Camellia is a plant monster, so now I can special summon an insect monster. So I special summon my Mole Cricket. So now with the Mole Cricket, I'm going to be able to tribute itself, and I can special summon 2 Naturia monsters from my deck. Okay, but first the Camellia is going to activate, so I can bring back a monster from my graveyard. And now I'm going to chain the Mole Cricket. Okay, so Mole Cricket is going to special summon my Sunflower and my Stink Bug. Okay, and then the Camellia is going to bring back my second Camellia, and then that Camellia is going to activate. I'm going to mill the Sacred Tree, get my Blessing. You already know. Okay, then he's going to attack, but the stink bug has the ability that whenever a monster targets a Naturia monster for an attack, he can just pretty much tribute itself and we can end the battle phase. Okay, so now he's going to try to pop off with his Mannadium cards. And he's going to try to get rid of my monster with the Jewel's Worm. So I'm going to negate the Jewel's Worm with the Sunflower. Alright, and then I'm going to negate the Lubellion as well, because I don't want him to set up like a Branded Regain or Branded Beast or anything like that. Okay, so now he's going to activate his card, his field spell. He's going to get himself a Rhymeheart. The Rhymeheart is going to activate. He's going to search for the Meek. I'm going to special summon my Sunflower back onto the field. Okay, and the reason why I bring back the Sunflower is because if he goes into the Trisukta or something like that, then when the Trisukta activates, I can negate and destroy it with the Sunflower once again, because the Sunflower is also a not once per turn monster negate. So that's why it's really, really important for you to learn how to recycle your monsters in and out. So, yep. Let's keep it moving, people. So in this replay, we are going to go up against Cyber Dragons. Okay, we're going to go first. So we're going to special summon our Fenrir. And then we're going to normal summon our Stink Bug, set our Sacred Tree, and that's all we wrote. So now the Sacred Tree, ideally we always want to mill it. But here I want to show how you can use Sacred Tree on the field. Okay, so our opponent is going to get his Power Bond. Okay, then now he's going to get the Cyber Dragon. He's going to activate the Clockwork Knight. So here this is going to turn everything into machines. So I activate my Sacred Tree, which now I can tribute one Earth Insect monster, and then I can special summon one Earth Plant monster from my deck. So I tribute my Stink Bug, and then I special summon the Camellia. So now the Camellia is going to activate. I'm going to send Mole Cricket. And then here, I don't know why he didn't attack into the Fenrir. I don't know. I guess he probably thought that I can still banish his card if he attacks, but you know, beats me. But anyway, so with these two monsters, I'm gonna go into the Alameras, and then I'm just going to attack with the Fenrir. Then he's got the Ghost Ogre. Okay, but I have to call by the grave, so we're gonna negate that Ghost Ogre. And then Alameras, what's really great about Alameras is that you can detach two monsters from her, and then you can special summon one insect or plant monster from your graveyard. So it's another good way to get Camellia onto the field if Camellia is in the graveyard. But in this case right here, I'm gonna go into the Zeus. And the reason why I go into the Zeus is because the Clockwork Knight, this continuous spell can be problematic because they can tribute away my whole entire field. And then also because I have my Sacred Tree on the field, I want to get rid of the field. So Zeus is going to allow me to do that. So now I can activate the Blessing, bring back the Camellia. Activate the Camellia, mill another Sacred Tree. Activate the Sacred Tree, get the Blessing. Activate the Blessing, bring back the Mole Cricket. And then with the Mole Cricket and the Camellia, we're going to go into our Naturia Beast. And then now because I special summon the Naturia Beast, the Mole Cricket comes back. Okay, and then I'm going to tribute my Mole Cricket to bring back the Camellia. And that's how you pretty much recycle your Naturia cards. So now with the Beast, he cannot activate any spell cards. So I just protected myself from another like Clockwork Knight or something if you may have it. But I just wanted to showcase how you can use the Sacred Tree if it's on your field. And then how you can easily rotate your Naturia monsters, which is something that you really, really want to learn how to do when you're playing this deck. Alright my people, welcome to the decklist portion of the video, and if you made it this far into the video, thank you all so much for sticking around with me. So without further ado, let's just go by each card. So starting off, we have one Kurikara. This is one of my favorite board breaker cards because the deck can struggle a little bit going second, and this card right here can pretty much tribute away your entire opponent's field depending on how many special summon monster effects they activate. Then we have 3 Mole Cricket. Then we have 1 Sunflower, 3 Maxis, 1 Stink Bug, 3 Ash Blossoms. Then we have 3 Vernusylph of the Mistland Ceilings. We have 1 Naturia Horn Needle. We have 3 Vernusylph of the Flourishing Hills. And we have 1 Vernusylph of the Awakening Forest. So now just remember, the only downside to the Vernusylph cards is that they will lock you from activating special summon monster effects that are not earth monsters. So that means that like your Dugaris, for example, the Crystron or the Trishula, you won't be able to activate any of these monsters if you activate a Vernusylph card on that turn. So just keep that in mind. And then we have one Keldo and one Muldora. This is to shuffle our opponent's graveyard, but also to shuffle back our blessings and our sacred tree into our decks so that we can continue recycling. Then we have 3 Naturia Camellia. We have 1 Fenrir. We have 1 Foolish Burial Goods. So you can use this to either send the sacred tree, or you can use it to send the Exchange of the Spirit. And then the Exchange of the Spirit with the Gravekeeper's Trap. This is pretty much going to lock your opponent from activating anything in the graveyard. And then also with the Shufflers, if you have the Exchange of the Spirit in your graveyard, then you're going to be able to shuffle back up to 5 cards instead of 3. So it's all good just to get your cards in rotation and to recycle them. Then we have some going second cards. So we got 2 Triple Tactics Talent. We got 2 Called by the Graves. We got 2 Forbidden Droplets. 3 Blessings. 1 of the Exchange of the Spirit. And 3 Sacred Trees. Okay, and then for the extra decks, we have the Naturia Beast. We have the YUGIOH Guardian. This is one card. This is a flex card. You can kind of switch this card if you want for anything that you may see useful. We have 1 Barkion. We have 1 Black Rose Dragon. This is pretty much to kind of clear out an entire board. So you special summon this and this will destroy everything on the field. So it can kind of help you get rid of like problematic cards, or if you bricked on your sacred trees, for example, and you have all your sacred trees set on the field, then this can pretty much also help you get rid of it. And then we have 1 side frame Lord Omega. One of the reasons why I have this is because it has the effect that if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one other card in the graveyard, shuffle both that card and this card from the graveyard into the deck. So that's another good way to recycle your Naturia cards. But the other thing that is really good is that you can target 1 banished card and then you can return it to the graveyard. So that means that you can pretty much also shuffle your Muldoras and your Keldos back into your graveyard so that you can reuse it. So that's one of the reasons why I play this card as well. And also for the hand rip, it can come useful in times as well. And then we got Trishula. Trishula is amazing to break boards because this card can banish a card from the field, from the graveyard, and from their hand. And then we got Crystron Quadringandrax. So when this card is special summoned, he can banish up to 1 monster depending how many materials we used as synchro materials. But also the good thing about it is that if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, then you can target a banished monster and then you can special summon it to your field. So it's really great that you can steal like your opponent's banished monsters as well, and you can special summon it back to your field. Then we got 1 Baharon de Flor, 1 Baguska, 1 Dugaris. Dugaris, I usually use it to draw 2 or to give my attacking monsters like an attack boost if I need to beat over like a tower or something like that. And then we have 1 Allomeris. Allomeris is also maybe like a flex spot, but what a cool thing about it is that you can pretty much detach 2 materials and then you can special summon a level 4 or plant or insect monster from your graveyard. So it's just another good way to get material back onto your field. But it's also another flex spot that you can kind of substitute. Maybe you could throw in like an Ashes Cold Talker, and if you get rid of the YUGIOH Guardian, maybe you can throw like a Masquerade or something like that and have like an Ashes Cold Talker package to help you close out games. And then we got 1 Zeus, 1 Ulsa, 1 Unicorn, and 1 Underworld Goddess. And yep, that's pretty much the deck list. As I mentioned, this is a very fun, you know, deck to just experiment with. It's nothing too crazy, too top tier, but it's one of my favorite archetypes as well, and I just have a long time that I don't play Naturia, so I just wanted to show the deck some love. So that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, remember, please consider dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Continue enjoying the rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Kiwami Games, peace out.